Good morning. My name is Dietitian Mrs. Rose Okafo. In respect to the World Food Day, which is today, I'll be talking on the topic eating for your age. And we won't be saying anything about eating if we don't know what we are eating. So the bone of contention today is food. So what is food? Food is anything you eat to maintain life and growth, be it animal source or plant source. Okay, now, then again, food brings people together, as we all know, in different ways. We all have our favorite foods, and it varies from one age group to another. This cuts across different cultures and backgrounds. It will interest you to know that there are lots of dishes and ingredients available to indulge in today, and World Food Day celebrates them all. World Food Day was established in the year 1945 by the Food and Agricultural Organization (FAO) of the United Nations. These singular acts give birth to food security all over the globe. This very day called World Food Day wasn't established just for nothing. It is a day set aside to tell people not just about what they eat and how to indulge in it. It's about raising awareness for the less privileged ones, and also an opportunity to help individuals, groups, communities, and countries who are suffering from hunger and starvation. In a day such as this, the whole world is campaigning for the need to eat healthy by making healthier choices of food, encouraging good and safe agricultural practices, while trusting the government to build durable roads for easy and safe transportation of these food commodities so that there won't be so much inflation of the prices at the market due to poor means of transportation. So moving forward to the topic, eating for your age. As we grow older, our interests, priorities, and eating habits change. You will all agree with me on that. And so does our nutritional needs change too, if you don't know. To look and feel our best, we need lots of nourishable foods. However, our bodies require specific nutrients as we go through different life stages. Now, permit me to introduce to you nutrition throughout life cycle. As human beings, our lives are made up of new cells. Our oldest red blood cell is only 120 days. So to maintain yourself, to maintain myself, we must continually replenish the energy we do what we burn. Nutrition during pregnancy can never be overemphasized. Alright? The first 1,000 days, which is from the period of conception to 2 years of life, is a crucial stage in anyone's life. So getting the nutrition right at that stage is a top-notch, is something that every mother, every father has to be very careful and deliberate about. Of course, we all know that from 0 to 6 months, the diet requirements for every infant is exclusive breastfeeding. But in the absence of exclusive breastfeeding, other infant formulas can come in. Now, exclusive breastfeeding, is not breast milk and water. It is not breast milk and other food. It is what? Exclusive is this breast milk only from the period of 0 to 6 months as being recommended by the World Health Organization. And then again, from 6 months to 12 months of age, at that very moment, the breast milk is no longer sufficient for this infant. So that is why we recommend giving of other food sources. Like you can bring in your semi-solids. If it's here in Nigeria, we talk about pap, talk about other infant formulas, okay? Then while you're at that, of course, as the child progresses from 8 months, 7 months, you start introducing family foods, okay? Yes, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged at the first introduction. Yes, you keep in reintroducing this food so that they will get used to it as they have never eaten it before. So for some children, it will take time for them to adapt to this semi-solid food, but for some, they just adapt to it easily. Now, for nutrition during childhood, that's our children stages. Due to so much pickiness, at that stage they are always very picky. They need encouragement. Yes, they need encouragement from us, from everyone around them, and they also need time. We need to dedicate our time to make sure that they get varieties of food. Don't be static. Don't have this meal timetable of in the morning you take pap, in the afternoon you take gari, at night you take this other one. No, be flexible. Bring in new ideas to the table. Give varieties. That is when these children may see meal time as a fun time. Okay, it has to vary in colors. Okay, yes, then they need plenty calorie, because you know that at that stage in their life they are very active. Yes, they are so active, so they need more of carbohydrate, proteins, fats, and the rest of them. Okay, then the whole meal thing continues even up until teenagehood and adolescent stage. Okay, at this point, you have to be very careful so as to avoid empty calories. Those sweet things that are not too not too okay for you. It just keeps you on the go, but they don't actually give you what you want. At this stage, if you're not careful, childhood and adolescent obesity sets in. So that is why you need to avoid empty calories and go for foods that are good for your current hormonal changes. At this point, the hormones are changing, growth is happening, a lot of physical activities are going on. So at this point, what you need are proteins. Yes, a whole lot of proteins, a whole lot of whole grains, your fruit, vegetables, even dairies, your milk, your yogurt. You need them at this stage of your life. Then again, the adult stage, I'm talking about the male and the female right now. Deliberate efforts to keep physically active is required at this point. Yes, you just have to be physically active. Then alcohol limitation, very, very important. Know your gauge, know your recommendations, okay? Know your brand. Then if possible, add just move away from it. Don't even take at all. Then reduce salt intake. Yes, you don't have to add salt to the table. Whenever you use salt to wash any fruit or any vegetable, make sure you rinse. Things like these. Don't go for foods that are so preserved with salt. Then and fatty foods as well. You need to reduce and avoid these things at this adulthood stage. A deliberate act to establish healthy eating habits that will be carried on onto the later life is required at this very stage. Then I'll be talking about the elderly. Yes, the older ones. Okay, in as much as your hormones, your organs are growing old, you just have to be active, as this will encourage your appetite and maintain muscle mass. Yes, eat foods that are nutrient dense rather than energy dense. What do I mean by nutrient dense? The ones that we know that are locally cultivated, things like your beans, your gari, your bananas, your fruits, everything that are high in nutrient density. Okay, then the calorie dense, instead of energy dense, I mean, is our foods that are high in fats and sugars. Example, biscuit, fried food. At this point, you don't need it. As an elderly person, your cakes, your pies, you should do away with them. Include foods high in fiber to encourage easy bowel movement, okay? Stay out under the sun to boost your vitamin what? D. At this moment, you need all of the vitamin D's that your body requires for your strong bones. Then again, earlier on, I made mention of pregnancy, but I didn't say so much about it. Now, listen up. If you're pregnant and you're listening, okay, pregnancy and lactating mothers, listen up. Pregnant should increase their nutrient intake rather than calorie level, particularly in the first and second trimester. Okay, if you're pregnant, your nutrient intake should be increased rather than your calorie level. Okay, expected weight gain in pregnancy still remains and ranges from 10 kg to 15 kg, which will be lost during exclusive breastfeeding. When you do it very well, you're going to go back to your pre-pregnancy weight. All right, then some tips that will follow you up during pregnancy and lactating are no eating for two, as it will lead to weight gain. Okay, yes, then craving for foods with low calorie, that should be your goal. All right, then go for quality, not quantity. Yes, that your breastfeeding doesn't mean you should finish up the whole food in the house. Yes, hello, cat got your tongue. Please, let's be mindful of what we do. Let's watch it. Go for quality and not quantity. Drink plenty of fluids. Of course, if you need that fluid for that breast milk to flow. Okay, mind the kind of fluid you take. Avoid tobacco and alcohol, as whatever you eat, your child gets it as well through breastfeeding. So to avoid fetal alcoholic syndrome, avoid all of these harmful and toxic substances, all right, especially the ones gotten from your alcohol and your tobacco. So, in conclusion, I'm going to be advising us today, being the 16th of October 2023, as we're celebrating the World Food Day, that we should go out there and gift out some food. Do you have plenty? Please do some charity, okay? Visit homes that don't have, extend that gifting hand to them, and so on, all right? Start growing a little garden around you. Do you have space where you live? Grow gardens. Encourage agriculture so that you won't have to buy most of these things in the market. All right, eat healthy, stay healthy. For you,